Well, Thrive Nation, we have so many wonderful people like you on our website every day, checking out the podcast. And I wanted to take a moment to celebrate the success of a longtime client that we've had the pleasure of working with for a while so that they could complain and tell you all the terrible things that we make them do en route to growing their business. And so now, without any further ado, we have the owners of Cornerstone Fence. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hey,
we're good.
How are you?
I am doing great. Now, just so people can know you're not a hologram, could you guys kind of introduce yourselves? Tell us your name and where you're from, just so people can verify you're not a hologram.
I'm Danica. I'm one of the owners, and this is my husband, Jordan.
My name's Jordan. We started Cornerstone Fence about 3 years ago. I'm a full-time firefighter, so it started as just something to do on my off days, make a little bit of extra money. And about a year and a half ago, we went to a business conference that Clay had out at his place. And we decided that maybe instead of building fences as a hobby, maybe we should actually turn this into a business and start trying to grow the business.
Now, how did you originally hear about us? How did that conversation come about? I'll pick on Danica here. How did that conversation come about?
Initially, it was the first Reawaken America tour that we went to. And one of my friends was like, hey, you should definitely go to the business conference beforehand. It was like a shortened version, I guess, in the morning before the Reawaken America conference in the afternoon. And really one of my friends was just like, this could really help you. And just the tools that you gave us in the shortened version of the business conference it was just mind bombs going off. So
now, as far as the growth, you two work together, and I'll pick on Jordan here for this. What kind of growth have you guys experienced? Maybe a percentage, or what kind of growth have you seen since we started working with you guys?
So the first year we were in business, I maybe did 4 or 5 fences. Like I say, it was kind of not a hobby necessarily. I don't consider fence a hobby, but it was 3 or 4 fences the first year. So we maybe did $30,000 in fences. Second year, which was still before you, we maybe were on pace to do about $70,000 or $80,000 total revenue.
Yeah.
And then we started with you in October of 22. And so that first year with you and putting your systems in place, really going after the Google reviews and trying to grow the company, we went from roughly like 80,000 to 700,000 in total revenue. And so that was last year. And then this year, we're hoping our goal is 1.5 million this year.
And I mean this sincerely. I'm not just saying this because you're here. I really do love working with you guys. Our team is always speaking so kindly about you guys. I don't tell my team, guys, run around saying nice things about these people. But, work with a client. I mean, we're working on the website. We're working on the photography, the video. There's a lot of interaction. And every week you have a coaching meeting with Andrew. And Andrew loves working with you guys. So can you maybe share, Danica, what it's like to have Andrew helping you implement the system and program that I've created? What's it like working with him on a weekly basis?
Andrew's phenomenal. He always brings so much wisdom to our meetings. Every problem that we have, he has an optimistic and realistic solution to it. And just the accountability in general, like, it's hard being accountable every single week to update your sheet, to update your tracking sheet, to track all your leads. And just the accountability I don't think we'd be where we are if we didn't have that kind of accountability, and just him constantly bringing us encouragement, realistic solutions, different resources we can look to, just to continue to find solutions for some of the issues that we run into.
Now, I call this the core repeatable actionable processes, AKA the crap. There's all these self-help books about the big idea and the vision and get your mindset, but there's very few books about the core repeatable actionable processes, the stuff behind the stuff. And I find that people like yourself, shawhomes.com, oxyfresh.com, stevecarrington.com, people that have massive companies now, but I've been working with these people for a lot of times over 10 years. The people that do the best are the ones that like the core, repeatable, actionable processes, or they learn to appreciate them over time. And the people that struggle are the ones that are always looking for the new shiny thing. I'd love to get your idea, Jordan, on just the importance of knocking out these core, repeatable, actionable processes week after week, day after day, because really business coaching is about helping you guys grow, but it's not an event. It's more of a process. I'd love to get your thoughts on what it's like to have those weekly meetings with Andrew.
Yeah, they've been, like Danica was saying, we like to think we're organized. We like to think we hold ourselves accountable, but without that meeting every single, it's awesome because first we can see on a weekly basis, how are we doing? Where are we at? Are we meeting the goals that we're supposed to be meeting? So without that weekly meeting, I would imagine that maybe we would get to it once a month, maybe, if we didn't have the coaching. And it would, so first, the accountability, because we're showing up every single Friday, same time, same location, and going over exactly what did we do this week. And so just staying consistent with that and having the accountability has really changed our business. For sure, just having that business meeting every week. So
Danica, what do you think would happen without that weekly meeting and that coaching with Andrew? What would happen with all these ideas you've learned at a conference or learned in books? I mean, what would happen to the plan?
It would fall apart, because then it's like, oh, well, like you said, the big shiny thing in front of you, you can always have things that interfere with your day, but unless you have a plan and something and a step that you know is going to hold you accountable. I mean, that's one thing we learned doing business as husband and wife, is it's really hard for us to hold each other accountable. So just, Andrew's just phenomenal. He's
having a plan and having a deadline. Like every Friday is the deadline. So it's like, we'll have steps we're supposed to do, but if you don't put a deadline to that, and it was just me and her trying to do it by ourselves, you know, we might get it done in 6 months or 8 months, or, but having that deadline, which is Friday every single week, and then we get like, well, why didn't you do that? That was what you were supposed to do. It's like, okay, yeah, we messed up this week. We'll for sure get it done.
And I wanted to touch on, some of the things that you said, we learn over time to like, it's like, I remember when you first brought up the group interview, I'm like, that doesn't work. There's no way. And then now it's like, we are group interview savvy like that. I tell everybody that owns a business, I'm like, do a group interview every single week. Because you never know when people are not going to be loyal. You think that they're
well, you do.
awesome.
It's weekly almost.
Yeah.
Having a plan and a deadline, how would you describe the importance of that? Danica, having the plan and a deadline.
Well, you can just get caught up in the roll of your week, and before you know it, it's Sunday and you're starting Monday first thing in the morning. So it's like, you'd get caught up in the tumble and roll of everything. There's constantly a burning fire. There's constantly kids that are sick, or kids that, something can always distract you and take you away from the necessary things you need to do to be successful. And if you sometimes it's cram time at 3 o'clock on Friday before I come down and meet Andrew. It's like, we got to get the tracking sheet updated. But I don't know what we would do without that. We would think we're making money, but unless you know on paper and can see it in black and white, it's a life changer.
Now, I want to ask you this, Jordan. What I did when I built my first company, djconnection.com, and I don't wish this on anybody, but I grew up very poor, and I got a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, just like you're a firefighter. I was working 3 jobs, and I didn't know what to do. So I would go to these seminars where they'd have these get rich quick, get motivated people, and they would say, for $4,000 a month and a 6-month contract, we're going to teach you how to become successful. And then every meeting, they never really taught the stuff. There was nothing really actionable. And then I would go, okay, now that I finally think I know what I need to do you guys do the website? They said, no. Do you guys do the graphic design? No. Do you guys help me with my bookkeeping or my tracking? No. Do you guys actually do print pieces, photography, videography? No. Do you help me optimize my website? No. Do you launch ads? No. Do you actually know the process people? No. But it was all this big idea of just work on your business, not in your business. Could you maybe explain how the meetings are with Andrew? Because I think a lot of people, when they think of business consulting or growth, they're thinking of what I'm thinking. What I thought of was paying people $4,000 a month to talk in generalities and not get into the weeds.
So the structure of the meeting. So when we come, first thing is wins of the week. Hey, what's going on? What's going on in the business? What's happening? Any big wins? After that, burning fires. Is there anything major that we need to discuss or get off? Any big problems, fires that we need to put out right now? And then after that, we get into the items, some of our homework that we're supposed to be working on. Are you guys doing this? Are you doing this? And then we get into our tracking sheet, exactly how much money came in, how much money went out, how many quotes, how many leads. Like it's very, very detailed. Like way more detailed than I thought you could get. Exactly what our conversion rate is, how many quotes we did, how many customers we punted, why we punted them, what happened there. Did we do our group interview? Did we do our meetings? So the tracking sheet, I think our tracking sheet has probably 30 different metrics that we go over every single week. Everything from money to leads to where are these leads coming from? Is this working? Do we need to adjust here? So it's very tailored to our business.
One of my clients I was talking to, I talked to him just the other day, and he was telling me the story. He said, when I first hired you 12 years ago, he's still a client 12 years later. He said, you helped me grow my gym, and then I learned those systems, and I hired you guys to help me grow my next business. And his next business is a lumber business. He sells lumber, wholesale log cabins. The materials need to make log cabins. And now he has a fencing business, but it's in Idaho. And he's got the fencing going on. He's got the log cabin thing going on. He's got the gym going on. And he also owns a Tip Top Canine franchise. And he told me, he said, the reason why I bought the Tip Top Canine franchise is I just knew it was the same systems that I could apply. I'd love to get your thoughts on that, Danica, because now that you're kind of really learning the systems, is it helping you to view business differently now that you see that, wow, this system over here, because you come to the conferences where there's many different industries represented. Has that helped you to kind of view business differently?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Before, it's really easy to get emotional when it is your business and things aren't working, they're not systematized. But if you having those systems in place and just knowing that that's what you have to do every week, it's not emotional, it's a checklist item or even a checklist. Like why are we missing these tools? These are all the tools that we've bought and this should be on this truck. And so what happened here? If you don't keep track of those things and have, it takes the emotion out of it and makes it a system.
So my final two questions I have for you guys, and I'll let you get back to having a great Saturday. A lot of our clients we work with are couples. A lot of them are couples. This just in. A lot of them are couples. And, my wife and I, what we do is I run the daily operations, and she loves accounting. That's kind of her sheet music she likes to read. She likes to kind of sing that song, the accounting song. That's kind of her world. And other couples I work with, they work together on everything. For anybody out there who is working with their spouse, how has that helped you guys? Because my wife and I, we don't talk about business at home, and we don't have any work-related conflict at home. It's sort of like we have our lanes, and we figured that out at a young age. But I know a lot of couples, when you don't have coaching, it can just be like a perpetual debate that never ends about, how should we optimize the website, or what's the best route to hiring, or what's the most effective way to launch an ad. And it's like, there's a lot of debates going on. I'd love to get your thoughts, Danica. Has that helped at all? Like on the home front at all?
Oh yeah. We wouldn't be where we are without just not having to think about the website, not having to think about where we stand, because we have to discuss it every single week. And that time's allotted for those discussions. And like you said, kind of our lanes, I'm like the phones, the at home, uploading pictures to Google, all that. And he's the face and the person that's meeting and discussing the logistics of any project and directing the guys. So knowing your lane, staying in it, and just not having to think about our ads, not having to think, that's all on the back end, and you guys take care of that. And it helps me sleep at night.
All right, that's great. That's a bonus right there. Now, final question I have for you guys, and I'll go back to your husband on this one. So, Jordan, for anybody out there who's thinking about scheduling a 13-point assessment, well, we did our 13-point assessment. It was a free assessment, a free initial meeting. We're coming to a conference. We have scholarship tickets so that everybody out there can afford to go. So we tell people, it's $250 for a ticket or whatever you want to pay. What would you say to anybody out there that's thinking about coming to a conference or scheduling a 13-point assessment?
I highly encourage it. When we came to the very first one, and we didn't know about your coaching stuff, and the first part of that conference was a condensed version of the coaching, and then you guys offered the 13-point assessment. And Danica was like, I think we really need to do this. And I was like, man, I don't know. We like last year, at this point we're doing like 50 or 60,000 in fences total revenue. And I was like, I don't know. It's just, we're a tiny business. We don't have like the skills to run a massive business. I was almost scared first to grow it, but very doubtful that something that we were running maybe could be a big business. It still sounds weird to say that we did $700,000 last year, and this year that we're hopefully on track and our goal's over $1 million. In my mind, that still doesn't compute, because I'm not, I guess I don't consider myself like a successful business owner, or I didn't, at least before. And so it all started with that coming to a conference and then doing that 13-point assessment and talking with you. Our first meeting was, we came in and visited with you, and I don't know, it freaked me out, but it's really changed the way that we view business, number one.
Yeah.
How we run our business, and has gotten us to this point where maybe we will this year be over $1 million in total revenue.
Can I give you a little pro tip on the show? This is my little pro tip for you on the show. If you want to hit 2 million, this is a real thing. This is a real advice I would give you. One of my wonderful clients named Don Calvert with Score Basketball. He did this move, and I'm giving you this move, and everybody listening to the move. And what he did is he said, in the future, I'm going to start servicing Owasso, Oklahoma. Not now, but soon I'm going to start providing basketball consulting for Owasso. And soon I'm going to start gathering, I'm going to start servicing Broken Arrow. Now, at the time, he was just in Bixby. So I said, so Don, let's go ahead and register the Google map for the office that you're building, or the location you're going to service. And let's go ahead and put a sprinkling of articles on those search engine content and on those markets, so that your phones will start ringing before you actually open up the new basketball training facility. And no exaggeration at all. His leads almost tripled by doing that. And then that created the growth and the justification. And I'm telling you, just a little secret between you and me and everybody watching, Oklahoma is in need of some serious professional fencing installers. I mean, this job, I'm just telling you. So if you guys were to do what you're doing and kind of start, going down a little bit further down the highway, like registering a map in Owasso or Oklahoma City or whatever markets you're thinking about going to, and begin putting not a lot of energy, but a little bit of energy into calling your current happy customers and getting reviews and writing that content, you'll start getting massive leads. And you'll probably hit 2 million in the next 12 months. I'm just telling you, because you guys have the systems. You've worked so hard to build these systems, and I know you guys can continue to scale. Thank you guys for carving out time. Are you guys in like a pole barn here? Is this the man cave? Where are you guys?
This is our big win of the week.
Yeah, that's the win of the week. We finally working on getting the shop finished so we can start buying materials in bulk, so we get better pricing on materials, storing it, and saving time instead of the crews. Right now, the crews get here in the morning, then they go to the supplier, get materials, and then they go to the job site.
Did you build this?
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is exciting.
Yeah. This is 40 by 60. And anyways, it's exciting because this has been one of our big hangups is we need to get better pricing on materials, which is happening now. And the way you do that is you buy it in bulk. Well, you got to have somewhere to store it. And so it's all, anyways, this is our big win of, I guess, really.
Can I get a little tour? Can I get a tour real quick? Can you kind of walk us around real quick? This is awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. I love it. Does it smell like new wood?
It does.
Oh yeah. Look at
all right.
this.
So this is the front of the shop. So we and really it's at our house. So a lot of
Cool.
things is like, we wanted a commercial facility, but right now that's not in the budget. So we're making do with what we have. So we got a 40 by 60 going in. So we got all the work trucks here behind us. Anyways, right now it's going to get us by until we, hit that 1.5, maybe 2 million. And at that point, we're going to go and start looking for commercial lanes. So anyways, we're going to store a lot of like 2x4s, pickets, steel posts, like the bread and butter of what we do will be stored in here. And so garage doors are coming hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks. Those take a little while, but we just got the concrete poured. So it's really a blank canvas right now. So today we're planning out shelving and where we're going to start storing everything, and how to, I guess, try to make the best use of
You got to be pretty pumped up about this, huh?
Oh, I'm super excited. We're both very excited.
Oh, this is awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. I know you guys have been putting in the hard work there, and it's good to see it paying off for you. And again, thank you so much for carving out time, and we'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you so much, Clay.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hey, Clay Clark and my Thrive peeps. It's Steve Currington, as you can tell. Although I'm not wearing my signature green shirt as usual, but I am riding in my signature green Lamborghini. And I just wanted to say how appreciative I am of Thrive and all the guys at Thrive Time and the show and everything that you guys have done. At Total Ending Concepts, we have had tremendous growth and a lot of things changing, especially on the marketing front, and from a coaching perspective, and from a web presence and branding, and our internet leads are up. Everything is hammering on all cylinders, and really we're just trying to figure out how we can leverage the systems and the processes that we're learning at Thrive more in our business. So now we're setting up a lead tracking system that has been long overdue, and we're doing lots of stuff. But I want to take a minute and say thank you to Thrive and Clay Clark and Dr. Z and everybody for all the help in helping us grow our business, and hopefully buy more Lamborghinis like this the more we sell. So appreciate it, guys. See ya.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because The results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads, going from 10 a month to 180 a month. That would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D. Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love building relationships. But one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things, the processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
The Thrive Time Show, 2-day interactive business workshops, are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems, so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, but I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.